Welcome to the Inside Circle podcast, where your host, Elder Jackson III, and his guests get personal about prison and transformation in all of its forms.
I keep reminding myself that I've got the key, and I'm the only one who can set me free.
This is Inside Circle, where your truth will set you free.
Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Inside Circle podcast. Today we have with us Mr. Keilen Crenshaw. Keilen was born in Washington, D.C. and raised in Youngstown, Ohio. As a justice-impacted individual himself, Keilen brings both lived experience and professional insight to his work, supporting others on their journey towards recovery, stability, and personal growth. Keilen currently serves as a recovery support counselor, where he works closely with justice-impacted individuals, helping them navigate barriers related to employment, housing, recovery, and successful community reintegration. Drawing from his own experiences, Keilen is passionate about empowering individuals to recognize their strengths, overcome challenges, and build meaningful futures. Keilen believes that everyone deserves a second chance and access to opportunities that promote long-term success. In addition to his professional work, Keilen is continuing his education at the University of Maryland Global Campus, where he is pursuing a degree in psychology. His academic studies further strengthen his ability to support individuals facing adversity and life transitions. Through advocacy, mentorship, and service, Keilen remains committed to inspiring hope, fostering resilience, and helping others achieve lasting positive change in their lives and communities. Well, good day, brother. How are you doing?
How you doing, man? I'm having a blessed day down here. Enjoying the day off and my third Juneteenth being home.
Third Juneteenth being home. Say more about that. Being home. Home from where?
I'm at home from incarceration. I did a four-year, 6-month bid on a handgun used in a violent crime incident that took place in Baltimore, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
So I served that. I did my time. Came home June 6th, 2023, and I've been off to the races with the help of God, actually. But I just encountered a lot of amazing people since I've been home and just enjoying my freedom over again and living life and doing things that I never thought I would be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just enjoying it. And then still just holding on to the fact that I did through that time and, use that as motivation to continue to move forward.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. When you say and doing the things that you're doing, speak to some of those things. What are some of those things you're doing?
Well, I'm giving back to the community. I'm helping other men that was impacted by the justice system.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm helping them navigate to find successful employment. It's hard coming home, trying to find employment, housing, and then take care of things that you missed out on, like family and maybe some friends from the hood or something. So I'm able to give back, give some knowledgeable skill sets that I have, and try to help other men succeed in life. And also just being able to do work on myself with the healing. And I'm fortunate enough to met Inside Circle through Miss Tanya Washington when I first came home. And just being involved with that actually helped me look at things different and process my emotions and being able to speak freely without being judged. I really, for the lack of better words, not giving a fuck.
Yeah. The not giving a fuck piece when it comes to healing and being able to, speak your piece and investigate yourself. So before we get into that, I would assume that there was a not giving a fuck attitude prior that
Oh
led
yeah,
to your incarceration. Can you speak more to that? Because in order
not
for folks
facts.
to really appreciate where you're at, I'd like them to have a glimpse of where you come from.
So my I ain't give a fuck moments was I feel like I could beat the world. I had a major anger issue, and I still do because that's human nature. But it was unchecked. I felt violence was the only way for me to communicate and for other people to understand. Because when I talk nice or try to do things the quote unquote right way, I wasn't being heard. So I manifested in my anger and I allowed that to be my voice to do things and allow me to get what I wanted. So that was unchecked. So for a long time, me not giving a fuck, not knowing the consequences, letting my anger take control was like my survival instinct, and
Hmm.
I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna hold back. I did enjoy it, but when reality hit and then incarceration hit, then I lost my dad and I lost my uncle, and then realizing like time is really going by, and me just thinking about damn, what if I lose my mom's in here? Like, all right, let me have a moment and really think about how I want to move forward when I come home, because I did have a date to come home, and a lot of people don't. So, in that moment of just like reflecting on everything, on everybody that I lost, I was like, how can I really like try to better myself in here? I did quote unquote work on myself in there, but the real work happened when I came home and got involved with Inside Circle. Because I started unlocking things that I never would have revisited before.
Hmm.
Mom on drugs, being talked about as a kid, Joan doing, clown doing for not having enough growing up. So a lot of that shit was anger inside of me that was never um, looked upon. I just buried it, or how they say, I put a band-aid over the scar and kept moving. So when I got around men that I can really be my authentic self and really like dive deep into it, I realized where my trauma started coming from. Then I was like, damn, that's why I was angry. So that's why I reflect now, like, shit, it wasn't really me. It was the circumstances I was born around, and it just left unchecked. It manifested into the anger, which manifested in me being confident in my ability to fight or just be able to whoop anybody I think I could. So that was the I ain't give a fuck moment because I thought I could beat the world. And then, like I said, all that was because of unchecked anger as a kid and some incidents as an adult.
Hmm. So where you sit now, thank you for sharing that. Thank you, number
Mhm.
one, for sharing that. And so where you sit now, as you reflect, the incarceration is obvious. You know, that was a cost of the unchecked anger and the unhealed wounds. If you can identify it, what else did that cost you? What else does that cost you in your life?
Man, it cost me time. It cost me missing out on my kid's life. Um, I don't really have the strong relationship as I once did with my daughter before going in. Like I went in and she was 4, going on 5 that year, and she was my everything, my world, my like I leave out the door, she'll bust out crying, and that was my baby. And I came home thinking that I could rekindle that same energy, and that's just not the same. It's not. I had a vision of being there for my family. I had a vision of making things right, trying to do the right thing, and it lasted maybe that first year home, and then reality sunk in. Everybody's just started going back to their own branches of life. and it left me with like, damn, like, should I stayed in prison? Things like that. I started doubting myself, like shit, like was I better in prison? And then the negative stuff started happening again to me. So that's what it cost me. It cost me missing out on my daughter life, not being there for my dad, trying to build a relationship with him. Like he's gone now, and it hurts because I couldn't wait to come home and just talk about the wild adventures in prison, because he was just as impacted as well as my uncle. So it was like, yo, I can't wait to come home and, yo, man, I did this and that. Man, you ain't do that, man. I did that. So I just wanted to, just build a meaningful relationship with him and connect on something. Even though it's negative,
Mhm.
it was a positive thing because I had to live it. So I could really relate to him now, and I wanted that chance, but prison made me miss out on that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say them two are the major things that I regret.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are some big things. And so as you have begun, and I'm paraphrasing here, based on how I hear you frame it, your healing journey since coming home, what has been one of the biggest, I'm looking for a word that feels right. What is one of the biggest challenges you've overcome?
Well, first and foremost, staying free, not letting my anger get the best of me. Because people wanted that old me, and I overcame that. They knew that I was still carrying anger and hatred and all this stuff that quote unquote they thought made me a bad person, and
Hmm.
I don't have any of that anymore. I can forgive everyone that hurt me, and then also I can look back on the hurt that I gave and want to make amends and apologize. I know a lot of people don't want to hear apologies, but I'm truly sorry for the hurt I caused, and I forgive those for hurting me. So that's the big factor of not allowing my anger to get out of control anymore and allow me to make dumb decisions. So that's the biggest obstacle so far, other than finding employment and stable living. But this really was just controlling me. Like, how can I control myself and I'm not allowing people or things get me out my character anymore to allow me to just lose control of myself.
Hmm.
So I think I'm able to be in control of the situation where someone might say something to me and I just black out and not give a fuck.
Yeah. 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 Huh. Funny you say be in control of the situation. I think that is something that I know myself as a human. I like to be in that position. And a lot of the humans that I run across like to be in that position themselves. And I can recall a time being with you recently where there was little to no control.
Mm,
We were recently able to experience whitewater rafting together.
yeah, yeah.
Can you say a little bit about that and your experience coming out here to California and going down the middle fork of the American River and the level of control that existed there?
So when I first came, I was excited and I was just at peace. I remember telling Ari, I was at peace. I didn't have no fear. I wasn't scared. I was on an adventure for myself to try new things that I never done before. And when we went down tunnel shoot, because that's when we were standing on the rock, and he asked me, "What am I feeling right now?" And he asked me to get inside my body, and I told him I don't feel anything but peace. So we go back, we walk up the back up the hill, get back in the raft, preparing for tunnel shoot. The first boat go down, made it through. We go down. Mind you, we carrying a lot of weight on our boat, so we going down fast. So we go down fast, and I just remember seeing that rock. Time started slowing down. Our guide was like, "Back up." I'm thinking like maybe we should hold on, but I start backing up with the raft. Next thing you know, we hit the rock, and next thing you know, I torpedoed out the boat. Now I'm in the water, and all I'm hearing is the, and I'm like, hold up, and I got scared, truly got scared, cause now we inside the cave. I'm not sure if I'm under the rock. I'm not sure. It felt like when you're inside a washing machine. I see the white water. I see everything. Then I'm like, snap. I'm not trying to go out like this. I'm like, I done survived a lot of stuff. I'm not trying to go out like this. So I just relax and I come up. The vest allowed me to come up, and I came up. Was able to swim, and I see Jason. He was like, "Yo, swim over, swim over." All right, swim over. They get me on the boat. Mind you, I didn't even know the other boat flipped over too. So I'm just like all out of it. I see Tanya in the water. Then we go to shore. We walk up the sand, and I'm out of my body. I'm really out. Ari takes me to the sand, and he tried to ground me. And I'm like, all right. He was like, look, breathe, breathe, relax, feel the sand. But I ain't feel that sand. I ain't even know it was hot until I started coming through. And I realized, yo, this sand is hot. I was like, dang. And then he was like, yeah, you was in survival mode again. And I told him, it's been a minute since I've been in that quote unquote state of mind of surviving. I forgot what it felt like since being home. Cause in prison, you always have yourself on guard. You always worried about the next thing that you gotta do. I just became a regular civilian working. So to experience not having that control, cause that water was strong. That water is strong. That water's strong. And I was just lifeless. I was like, yo, I could have died. So peace became respect. And I started respecting what I was going through in that situation. So yeah, man. Like not being able to be in control, it just taught me to respect situations. And I guess that's how I look at it when it comes to the streets. You have no control in the streets. You never know what will happen. So I respect it. I know what it can do. I know what it offers. So I respect it.
Mhm.
I'm not involved with it. I'm out. So yeah, that's where I came away from from that respect of the water, and it taught me a lot.
Yeah, yeah. That respect, and I hear that, and I can remember seeing that shift for you while we were out there. What, and I'll say one of the main, if you have more, what were your takeaways from that trip? What were your takeaways from learning respect for the water, learning respect for nature?
Man, for real, since I came home, my phone has been to my hip. And I left everything back at the Healing Home. I didn't take anything with me. And just that deep connection of just being one on one with nature, it felt amazing. And I looked around me and I saw like everybody just enjoying it, having fun, doing things that people wouldn't do if they so was still connected to the world. Skipping rocks, jumping in the water like little kids. We playing bones on the beach and just having meaningful conversations out and about and just really connected with one another. Like we had New York, Jersey, Cali, DC, white, black, Spanish, all just relaxing, no problems, just in nature as one, and each one teach one, learning from each other craft. And I really got connected with our guy. And I really was just talking to him about the things that I have done and things that I'm involved with, and I really got to understand him and why he respect nature so much and why he love it so much, which was amazing experience. And I enjoyed it because I felt like I made a good friend in that short period of time. Come from two different backgrounds, two different ways of thinking and ways of life, but what nature taught and that trip taught, it was respect from both ends. Because I had to respect his craft, had to respect what was going around me, and he came out with respect for what we do and how healing has changed the outlook of justice impacted individuals. And he would never known that. Like him just looking at it, he would never known that he's around people that did time. But he didn't see that. He saw a human. He saw a person for what a person is. And that was, man, my big takeaway from that trip. Just being able to be one with nature again and having that respect. Like it was like going down history. Like the gold rush that they was telling us about, the caves and cabins. I was just thinking like how many people came or walked this path, or indigenous people just sat up in this cave and let the water run on them. And it was just one of them moments that I wish everyone can enjoy. And I'm glad I had the opportunity because a lot of people don't do things like that, especially from the inner city or coming up the way justice impacted individuals coming up. I never thought in a million years that I would do something like that. And to have that experience and to hold that now, man, that shit means a whole lot, bro. That's one of the best moments I had in a long, long time. Cause I wasn't stressing. I was just enjoying myself.
Yeah.
You had no care in the world. And I know I was safe because the way the guys installed in me and then the people I had around me. And so I was just with my family. And I loved that. And that's what I really, my big takeaway was just being there, being present, and enjoying the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And as I hear you share that, I am wondering what you think about the potential for others to learn and experience from something like that, whether it's, with whitewater rafting or whatever, the opportunity and the ability for people to come together, people from different backgrounds to come together that ordinarily would not cross paths and be able to connect and just see each other as human beings. What do you think the value is in that?
Man, that volume is what we need. It's funny that how we go by our day to day, or I should say, how I go by my day to day. I'm walking in D.C. Close to DuPont Circle, and I'm seeing the melting pot of different races. But I'm seeing a lot of other things too: the homelessness, the people on drugs, and just how people just not connected, just on their phone, walk right past a guy that's homeless on the street. But I did see one person stop, but I seen countless people walk by, and I was just taking it in like, damn. But if we can have an escape like that to be disconnected and understand and learn from each other, I think it will make the world a lot better. Especially with people who never experienced that, man. Like, just disconnect, be in the moment, and get to know someone from a different background. Like, that's would be an amazing experience. Like I said, I wish everybody can go do that and live that, because it might be able to change someone's mind and perspective of the next person,
Hmm.
especially people that's just as impacted. Like, hang out with them. I would say I'd bring a judge on the trip. Now, see how this individual is now, and they might have some compassion in the future, because you can see how much, if you expose someone to something different, how much it can change their perspective. And the only reason I say that, because I'm gonna talk about the New York cats. They was like, man, I never get in the pool back home, man. Them New York pools dirty. We getting in the river, and they jumping in and they having fun, because they was disconnected from what they know, and they tried something new. So then now I hit them with like, yo, y'all can't never say y'all can't get in the pool. Y'all got in this river. We got all types of stuff in there. And they was like, man, you right. You right. So it's like just changing your perspective, changing your mind, trying something new, and allowing just change. And I think that's what we all need. Like, just seeing someone for who they are. Like, it's hard to be seen for who you really are. Like, a lot of people be scared. And you don't need to be scared, man. Just be genuine and authentic. Just be yourself, you know, and just allow that. And I think that's what the world needs. And I think individuals that never experienced would love this. So yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, man. Thanks for sharing that. Can you speak a little bit about uh what it is you do now? What your employment, what you do, what your mission is in the world right now?
All right. So right now, I currently work for Jubilee Housing, where I'm a recovery support counselor. My job is to support recovery in all phases, not just substance abuse. So recovery from coming home from incarceration, recovery of trying to find who you are, reestablish emotions, reestablish family unification, um, healing, employment, the things that we need to continue to be human. When you inside of prison, you're not looked at as human. You looked at as an animal, especially for those individuals that do long time. They get reprogrammed. Some individuals, and they come home not knowing how to operate in society. So that's my job, is to help them get reacclimated back in society. And step one is just reframing their mindset. So that's what I do. I'm going to be able to run some groups. I hope that the partnership with Inside Circle can come down and bring healing to that. I meet the guys one on one, just to have a conversation and just see any challenges, and I try to do some outreach and help connect them with different resources in the city. So that's my job title now. I'm enjoying it. I've been there a little over a month now, and still learning the ins and outs. Still trying to build meaningful connections throughout the city, and I mean Washington D.C. because that's where we at right now. So that's all I'm trying to do, is trying to build connections, trying to help these individuals be reacclimated back in society successful.
Yeah, yeah. And it sounds like that is thankless work. So why do you do that?
Man, that's a good question. I can't even tell you why, man. I do it because I care. I do it because I love people. Um, and I want to give back. it's like I said, it goes all the way back to the hurt that I experienced. I know what that hurt can do. It could create a monster. I don't want any more monsters. You know, I don't even want that around me. So I do it, and even though I might not can save everybody, I do it to just save that one individual for making a huge mistake, or that one individual that want to see life different.
Mm.
Um, Trust me, it's not easy. I've been doing this since I came home, dealing with things on my own, like my brother battling cancer. I'm dealing with that. Like I said, really not having the best relationship with my daughter. Um, Left a job because I got burnt out. Um, but I still find something inside me that want to help. And maybe that's just where God want me at, truthfully. So I can't really say, but I can say I'm here for a reason, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to help
Yeah.
one individual. I can't help the world, but if I can change one individual thought process and help them succeed, then my job and my life mission would be complete. So I think that's why I do it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a bad reason to do it. Not a bad reason at
Appreciate it.
all. Is there anything that we haven't covered that you'd like those that are listening to this to learn, take away, know about, get involved in, whatever? Open mic, it's yours.
Oh man, mental health. Please, please. Stop the stigma behind the facade. Like, stop the stigma. We do a coping program for individuals. We teach them how to use coping skills through fashion. We allow the individuals to paint on the canvas, express their emotions on a shirt. They can wear that shirt, but at the same time, they learning coping skills. So that's BTF, and I'm trying to start a universal university. You can either learn from it or become it. And I got that out there while I was in prison. And I was just watching individuals move. And then also allowing people to teach me in there. They was like, God told me, a Muslim brother pulled me aside, man. He was like, bro, you can either learn from this situation or you can become it. And I saw what it's like to become it. Like, the day by day, getting strung along just to pass your time, or you can learn from it and evolve. So universal university. That would be my thing. I would create, and like I said, it just continue to love and spread that message and that commandment and love. And that's all I got, man. Just continue to love each other. Speak, say hi. You don't know how far saying hi would get you. So that's all I got, and hopefully, someone that's listening to this, it can make their day, put a smile on their face. And I just thank you for the opportunity to allow me on your platform.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. You're welcome, and thank you. Now I got one more thing for you.
Hmm.
What if you can articulate it, what was the age that you were at that you can remember just before the anger kicked in?
Mm, just before the anger kicked in, I'm gonna tell you, it was when I got taken away from my mom.
Hmm.
Um, I was in school, and the social service kept coming back and forth. Asking questions, what was going on. Then they go back to my mom's house. Then they come back. Then they go back again. And I remember vividly, vividly. They came back one last time,
Hmm.
and they was taking me out. So
Hmm.
they was really like removing me from my mom's home, but they was taking me out of school. And I don't know how my mom got up there, but she got up to that top of the hill quick into that school, and it still blow me. So as I was getting taken out, going this way, my mom was coming this way, and we was being pulled apart like that. And that when the anger started, because then I started hating white people because
Mm-hmm.
it was the white social worker, and my mom would always say the white lady outside. So that created that boundary, like where I didn't trust or like white people. And then being inside foster care, it was a challenge in there too. Because when I first came, I was getting bullied. So I realized I had to become, like I said, I had to use all that anger to be able to survive. So when I first went in foster care, getting stuff thrown at me, talked about me, and then that shit started just manifesting. So one day I threw the little kid, and I don't take no pride into it, but I threw him in a glass table. The
Mm-hmm.
foster mom was ready to get rid of me. But then once that happened, and I realized like there was no more fucking with me, I started using that anger like to just, okay, y'all gonna keep fucking with me, I'm gonna explode. When my mom used to say, I'm gonna hawk up. Now fuck with me. So I just used that. Even when I went to Ohio after I got taken away, spent the little time in that foster care, and then got put in my grandma custody. I remember moving down to the projects of Plaza View Court in Youngstown, Ohio, and that's when it just kept escalating, like the anger, and everybody just knew, like, yo, that's Crenshaw, man. That boy can fight. That boy crazy. And I just let that take on a life form of his own. So, as a young person, I was just known as that fighter, that, man, that nigga fuck you up, man. Don't fuck with him. So, yeah, that's when it started, when I got taken away from my mom. Cause that's all I knew at the time was love. Cause
Yeah.
that was my mom was providing,
Yeah.
regardless of what she was doing. You know, she only gave me love. So to watch that love get taken away, now you created a monster. You know, them not knowing, them thinking like, okay, maybe it's a better situation for me growing up, but it wasn't. Like you took me from the only person I knew that took care of me, and you threw me into a system where it was like, oh shit, this shit is different. Like it wasn't always love. Like my foster home was good. I didn't have no problems, but it was, the foster kids that was in there and my foster mom's son. So it was like, shit, this I'm getting bullied in this motherfucker at first. Nah, we can't have that. Like you took me from a person would not let anything happen to me, regardless of what she would do, to now you put me in a situation where I ain't got nobody. Like
Mm-hmm.
these strangers, and I'm getting shit thrown at me, bullied. Nah, fuck that shit, man. I'm a fuck you up before you fuck me up, or I'm gonna hurt you before you hurt me. So that's where it started, man. And like I said, it was never checked into. It never had consequences
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
into prison. I should say it never had consequences until my prison incident. So that's why I got away with it for a long time. Cause I never got my ass whooped like I probably needed to. That maybe that's severe check. I thought I could beat the world. So yeah, that's where it started, man. That day, uh, well, I forgot what age. Maybe I was 10 or 11. But I remember it vividly. Huh? Like I said, I still do to this day.
Yeah.
Just getting pulled in two different directions.
So you were 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor.
Hmm.
Feel your body in your chair. And feel time just melt away. See 20-year-old Keilen, 15-year-old Keilen. And let's go back and see Keilen when he's 9 years old, when he's still happy, before the anger. And when you see him, let him see you. Go over, pick him up, and what piece of wisdom would you give him, knowing all that you know now, having experienced everything you've experienced now? What does that 9-year-old Keilen need to hear from you? What's he need from you?
Don't worry. Whatever you go through, God got you. It's going to be rough. It's going to have challenges. But you're going to make it through. It's not your fault. You was a little kid. So don't blame yourself. Couldn't help your mom. It's nothing you could do. It's nothing you could have done. You know, that was her life, not yours. So don't worry about what people say. That's not your life. You know? Yeah, it will hurt, but that's not you. You're not on the drugs. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would tell him. Because it's not his fault. You know, he was too young. You know, all he was trying to do was, save his mom and protect his mom, man. He couldn't do that as a little kid, man. Couldn't do that at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So where's the space inside of you for him to come and live with that knowledge?
It's about to be in here.
Right up in your heart. So breathe into that. Breathe him into your heart. Bring him into your heart. Bring that innocent 9-year-old angel into your heart. And maybe when that anger rears its head, that little boy has something to hold on to.
Yeah, man, peace. I had no care in the world, man. I was just playing with my toys in my room and running amok, man. Just having fun, man. Not knowing what life will be like.
Yeah.
Just peaceful. Yeah. That's what I definitely miss. Just that simple time of just playing in the room with my toys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts. Oh, man.
So thank you, Keilen.
Oh, man, thank you.
As we get ready to wrap here, I want to say thank you. I want to say I enjoyed the time on the river, and we're going to do it again.
And I definitely can't wait. This time, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to experience what Inside Circle have to offer. It changed the way I move. It allowed me to really dig deep and share things about myself that I used to be embarrassed about, that I would never bring up. And it helped me diffuse the anger by allowing me to expose them things in a safe space, because now I'm not judged, laughed at, or talked about. So I thank you for allowing me to continue my journey with Inside Circle. Thank you for the oh man, that amazing time on the river, man. One that I would never thought I would experience. One I will never forget. And y'all done things in my life that I never really thought I would ever do. I never thought I'd be out west. So I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for including me in this, and everybody from the work, the movie, man. Especially big ups to Rick, man. I love that, man. Aaron, all of them, man. Sammy, Felix, and Miss Tanya. They mean the world to me, and my young guys that I got to see in these 3 years grow up and really become something special by doing their work. So thank you, bro. And I really, really do appreciate and mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Shay.
Nice.
Thank you, folks, for listening to another episode of the Inside Circle podcast. And if you like what you've heard here, and if you believe in the work that it is that we're doing in this world, this podcast is just a small sample of some of the work that we're doing in the world, trying to get out and create spaces where folks can find their own personal freedom. And it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost spiritually, it comes at a cost mentally, it comes at a cost emotionally, and the easy cost is financially. So if you've listened to us, over the last couple of years, and you've heard some things that have touched your heart, become a member, support Inside Circle. And it's very easy to become a member and support by becoming a recurring donor. So come on, jump on, become a part of the Inside Circle family, and become a recurring donor. It doesn't take a whole lot, but every little bit counts. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us at the Inside Circle podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave us a comment on iTunes or wherever you listen. Follow us on Instagram at inside_circle and on Facebook at Inside Circle Org, all one word. Special thanks to the songwriter Rob Ricardo for his song, The Work. Join our mailing list and learn more about Inside Circle on our website at insidecircle.org. And remember, your truth will set you free.